Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you all for being here. I'm trying to do something with these flowers, but it's not working out. Trying to make it look a little, um, let's see if I can put them over here. Just make things look a little different, cozy, or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to like change my space up a little bit. Can't get everything on here. But anyway, guys, thank you all for being here today. So this is not working the way I want it to. But anyway, um, I couldn't get here yesterday because the storm. I was soaked and wet. Everything I had on, everything. So by the time I got home, it was just like crazy. And plus it was really late, and it was just too late to try to get myself together so that I can be on. That storm was really bad. I hope everybody is safe, and you guys are doing well. So I don't know what areas you guys are watching in from, but here in Massachusetts area was really rough yesterday. Okay, guys, with that being said, I hope you guys had a great day. You had a, good week so far, and that these messages are resonating with you and helping you. And the topic of discussion is grief and a holiday time. Many of us who have lost loved ones, and they were the matriarch of the family, they were the glue that kept the foundation together, and they're no longer here. And I'm talking about it because as we get close to Christmas, first we had Thanksgiving already, Christmas, New Year's, and they're missing from the table. They're missing. And it's hard because Christmas or the holidays are not the same without them. And I've been talking to a lot of people who is going through that right now. Some of these folks are spending their first holiday without their loved ones. And I want to talk about that a little bit because I know what that feels like. I was talking to someone earlier this morning, and she was telling me that her husband, who he just lost his father, and I gave her my condolences, and I, talked to her about losing my mother and how difficult it is to lose parents, no matter what age they are, no matter what age you are. It's very difficult. And what I didn't realize is how much I'm still affected by it, because as I was speaking to her and telling her about this, tears welled up in my eyes. And she talked and gave her condolences, and I told her I was doing a shutdown, and we talked, but it still has a huge impact on my life. For those who lost a parent or both parents, like in my case, my father died first just before I had my son. That was real hard as well. And then, my mother was in his life for a while, and she just passed away during a shutdown, and then losing all these people. Life is to be embraced, cherish the loved ones you have, because tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. And when I was talking to this woman, I was just feeling so like, wow, I really truly miss my mother, because during difficult times, as my mom got older and stuff, and we grew up, um, things changed with her a little. I could talk to her about things that I couldn't when I was growing up. And I realized she had mellowed out a lot. And I was talking about things that was difficult for me to get through. And she was giving me advice on what to do, how to do it. No matter what age you are, your parents are so significant in your life and so much needed. And no matter what kind of problems you have with them or whatever, I know I could always pick up the phone and talk to her, and I don't have that anymore. And sometimes, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, she's not here anymore. And it just, when your parents are not here and you don't have that relationship anymore, it makes you feel not just like an orphan, but it just hits you hard. And it makes me realize how short life is. And when I see people engaging in toxic behavior and doing the most and the worst, this is why I pull back my energy, and I have no problem cutting off, block, and deleting. First I'll, sit and talk about the situation, establish boundaries, etc., so forth. However, if that doesn't work, like people start crossing boundaries, etc., I just cut off, block, and delete, because life is too short to be in chaos and drama and toxicity and doing the same things over and over. Life, is about lessons besides other things. And when we don't learn those lessons, then we repeat them. And I'm talking from experience. When you repeat those lessons again, they're worse, far worse than ever. And then you don't learn, then they come back around again and again and again. And so I've learned many of those lessons. And you know what, folks? My mom used to tell me about certain things that I didn't want to hear. It was like that Charlie Brown cartoon where the adults, you never hear what they're saying. It's like a wah, 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 but you don't hear what they're saying to the, Charlie Brown and the rest of them. That's how it felt to me. I knew what she was saying. I heard what she was saying, and I knew that she was right, but I just didn't want to hear it. And I didn't want to be bothered with it at the time. But everything that she have been instilling in me, and getting upset about, I'm doing and seeing that it's working in my life. But I'm not doing it alone. I'm taking God as my partner, but I am making the strives and the effort. Instead of procrastinating, I'm just doing, and I'm seeing the results. And it's not easy, but losing people in your life, especially during a shutdown. And I keep referencing that because we might see that again next year, you know, or the year after, who knows? But um, we need to be together, united together, because united we stand, divided we fall. And I'm noticing a lot of people is on this hate train, and it's just they're riding this hate train, and nothing good is going to come from hate. Love is the answer, love and light, and asking God to help us, because we're going to come into a time where things are going to be so turbulent. We can't do this without God. We can't take him out of the equation, and it's so important that we put them back on the table, so that we can get through these difficult times, because so many people are lost on this hate train, and nothing good comes from that. You can hate somebody. It just for no particular reason, without a cause, because you don't think they should have stuff. And the reason why I'm going back to that is because during the time that I was grieving so hard and all these things was going on, the people who I thought had my back, turned against me. And not only did they turn, they just was nowhere around, um, even though I was there for them during their difficult times. And things with what was happening is that, oh, well, sorry to hear that. People started to show who they truly were behind the mask. And this is what I needed to see in one of these lessons I needed to learn. And because I always try to see the good in people, but sometimes it's hard to see the good when a person is wearing a mask. And when they take that mask off and you see they're riding the hate train, and it's like, okay, I can't do this with you. And so a lot of these people fell by the wayside because I wasn't going to engage in that. And I knew after losing my mother and losing that big part of my life that I had to be assertive. I had to stop letting people take advantage of me. I had to stop just allowing things to happen, you know. And the Lisa I am today, many folks from the past, or who's not in contact with me, they don't know who I am today because I'm not that same person. And some of them don't like who I am, but I don't care about that, because healing is the answer. Because our mental and physical health is affected by all these toxic things that is going on, and grief, will overtake you if you don't know how to deal with these losses and things that take place in life. I would never thought that, my mom would die at that particular time and in that way. And it was just traumatizing, and losing a friend who I was supposed to meet up with, and she was found in her kitchen on the floor. I think she had a heart attack or something. Tomorrow, excuse me, guys. I get emotional when I'm talking about certain things, but tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. And, you know, healing will help you. When you get on this path to heal and you're serious about it, healing will change your life forever, because losing people who mean everything to you will change you forever. You're never the same anymore, because something always feels like it's missing. And when people don't want to understand that, who's supposed to be there in your life, and people I've known forever, and they don't understand that, I have to, you know, like go over it again with them. And then when it's like they don't understand it, I have to let go, because as I heal and move forward, I can't do the same things like I was doing before. You know, just when something gets to be difficult, and just say, you know what, I can't be bothered with this or whatever. And I've learned to be more disciplined and to take care of myself, which I wasn't doing before because I was busy trying to take care of everybody else, and getting involved in their OPPs, which is other people problems. I learned that it's time to put myself first. And guys, when you have gone through a lot of grief and lost a lot of people, it's time to take care of your physical and mental health and put yourself first. It doesn't matter about the noise and what people are talking about. I don't have time for that anymore. Like I said, tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. And when you look back, what can you say that you've done to make a difference? What have you done for yourself? You can say probably what things you've done to help other people, but what have you done to help yourself? It's so important to help yourself today, guys. Healing to me involves music, meditation, just taking care of myself, my physical and mental health, and making that a priority. Because without that, you can't take care of yourself or anything else around you. So that's a priority. Whether other people tell you you're being selfish or whatever, you're not. We're supposed to take care of ourselves, because if we don't do that and we neglect ourselves, then we may not be here tomorrow, and we can't help anybody else. So please keep that in mind. And this journey is not easy, but nothing venture is nothing gain. It's important that you keep moving, because I promise you, as you continue to do that and ask God to help you, you will see those results. I promise that. It may be slow, but you will see the results that you need to see. And then as you continue to move forward, you're going to see even more results. And as you close those doors to the past of things that no longer serve you, then when those doors are closed, then you can go towards your new beginnings, where new doors open, and blessings are behind those doors. God never allow anything to leave your life without replacing it with something else. And then I learned how to trust God instead of trusting and putting my 100% into other people, because people will always let you down one way or another. And so I learned to put my trust in God and to just keep moving forward. And guys, this is not easy sometimes. We have our ups and downs, but my point and key factor is never give up. You're going to have days where you don't feel like doing anything and you just want to just rest and do nothing. Allow yourself to do that, and then get right back up and keep going. And the other thing is, don't allow other people to distract you from healing. Because I have people, trying to do the most and the worst dumb things, and I ignore it. The best medicine for that for me is my 100% silence, unless somebody do something unethical, and then I have to, resort to other means. But otherwise, I just, ignore it, because then I will allow myself to fall into the toxicity that they are lingering in. And I've done too much work on myself to allow that. But what I do look forward to is the new beginnings. God opening up new doors, new blessings as I continue to move forward. And more importantly, too, helping other people, because that helps me to grow as well. If I can help somebody else, and if these messages resonate with other people, then I know that it's a good thing when you can help somebody else, because a lot of people are in despair because of, or despondent by things that are going around in this world today, losing somebody that they love, not having an outlet for the pain and the grief, not knowing how to get through these things. And sometimes people take a negative result, and I'm here on this channel to say, if I can do it without having any support system in the physical like other people, I have God and myself. And if I can continue to bite, crawl through these things and continue to persevere and see the results, you can do it too. But sometimes you need motivation. You need people to uplift you, build you up, so that you can keep going. Because none of this is easy, guys. So during the holiday time, one of the things that I like to do is to keep my mother's memory alive. My dog, I talk about, and friends that I've lost, and other family members. Keep their spirit alive by telling stories. How did they benefit you while they were here? And tell stories about the fun things that you did with them. That keeps their memory and spirit alive. Never let their memory or spirit die, and also know, like what my therapist always tell me, um my mom would never want me to be in depression and unhappy for the rest of my life. She would want me to embrace my life to the fullest. And I'm going to pass this to all those who are listening who might be going through this. Your Passover loved ones would never want you to be in a space of depression, sadness, etc. They will want you to live your life and to enjoy it and embrace it to the fullest, but keep their memories alive. And if you're going to be spending time with other family members, talk about the Passover loved ones and what they brought to the table. And it's difficult, but I know that my mother instilled certain qualities and things in me, that I certain things in me that I talk about, and the things that she's done that make me laugh, and when I needed to be uplifted, just keep their memory alive. I have an aunt on my father's side who passed over, who I used to talk to 3 times a week. She built me up so much. She was really sick with cancer at the time, dying, but she's building me up. And she's the one who, at the time I felt needed to be built up, and that touched me. And when she died, before she died, she said, even though I'm not here in the flesh, my spirit will always be around you. And that touched me as well. And I always keep her memory alive too by talking about her. So this is one way that we can, satisfy the grief to a certain degree. I'm going to use that word because, with grief is, the loss we will always feel the loss. You know what I mean? But we can keep the memory alive and continue to, talk about them, and for those who recently lost loved ones, you have my condolences. Know that, that they would want you to continue to move forward and live your life. And for me, yeah, it's a difficult time, holiday time. I have my days, but I keep moving forward, and looking at pictures and just remembering. Also my dad too. I talk a lot about my mother, but I miss my father a lot too. Especially that he died just, not before long before I had my son. He died a while back in the late 90s, but it was just, my dad meant a lot to me as well. And every day of my life, he would tell me, I love you. I went through some things, and my father really stood up to the table and helped me, and he did things because I was like, wow, you know. So when we, our parents love us unconditionally, and when we don't have them here anymore, no matter what age we are, you feel that loss. It's a great loss. But keep in mind to continue to take care of yourself, even though you're going through grief and pain and etc. And let yourself laugh. Laughter also is one of the cures as well. Listening to music, doing things that uplift your spirit and not keep you in a place of depression. And I wanted to come on and talk about that today because we're close to holiday time and people are celebrating and decorating, and some of us are feeling that emptiness of these losses. So guys, continue to show up here. That's the message today. um, just do things that make you feel great. Like before I leave today, one of the things I used to do with my mom, I used to watch certain shows that came on, and we would sit and watch them together. And I found a channel where those shows still come on, but I'm not here when they do. So I record them. And then when I have time alone, I watch them. And that's another way I keep her memory alive. And then I think about, what she would say about this or that. And, those are other ways that I keep my mother's memory alive. And I talk about her all the time, as well as my father, and, just live your life, people, and take one day at a time. And like in prayer, I stay in prayer a lot, and cut off anything that's toxic, especially when you're grieving and going through a lot of stuff. Don't let toxicity through the door. Just set boundaries with that. Me, when the boundaries are overstepped, I just cut things off. Life is too short to be going through all that over and over and over. These lessons that come our way, we're supposed to learn from them so that we can grow, evolve, and heal from them. And then we can pass on um, our examples of how we heal to others to help them to do the same, to pay it forward. So in that way, we can help one another. Well, that's it for today, guys. This is a channel where we lift people up and help them. And please invite others here. Subscribe to the channel. I'm not sure every day what time I can be here, but I will be here and you'll get a notification as to when I'm on. And continue to move forward. Thank you, guys, and I'll be back tomorrow with a new message. Enjoy your day. Bye for now.